exposed out here.
So are our enemies.
You sound more like my uncle than a shepherd.
Men are no different from wolves and jackals. It's the ones I cannot see that I fear most. There is a ridge on our right. A good spot for an ambush. However, once we are past it, I can relax for another mile at least. In the woods, I have no peace. Hold up.
Jackals. On the ridge.
Fighters in mail with battle axes.
I hear them. Clansmen. We may be fine as long as we're not in Mara territory. Clan borders change yearly.
How will we know if we are in Mara territory?
We're in Mara territory. Ready your shield, Alex. They may throw the first act.
Game options menu.
Ooh, I forgot something very
Push
important
down on
to
the
do.
left stick to cycle menu options.
Because I'm playing in the developer mode, I had to make sure I give myself weapons. Because I haven't been playing the game from the beginning, so I have not collected any money or weapons. So I have done that with a hotkey. And then what else do I need to do? Oh, I am going to set
Game difficulty settings.
the difficulty settings.
Press the right trigger to select an option. Select game casuals, not hard. The game is set to hard.
I'm going to play on hard.
Good luck.
I don't do this very
Game
often because
options
it's
menu.
quite hard.
Push down on
So,
the left stick to
this will
cycle
be fun.
menu
See how far I
options.
get.
Game difficulty. Game. Quit game. Resume.
Recharge.
Quick, this one.
Doing pretty good so far here. I don't think I've even taken a hit. This actually isn't as hard as it used to be. This used to be a really hard fight. And later on you'll have another chance to meet these guys again. And they're much harder. Nope. I think part of it is that I've equipped a pretty good shield, which doesn't take chip damage very often. So I don't have to be as careful to interrupt their heavy attacks. See, you have to interrupt those usually because sometimes they'll damage you through your block or your guard. And then you have to... Those are the quick attacks which you don't usually have time to interrupt. So I have to counter those. So counter these. And then if there's a heavy attack, I try to beat him to it before I need to block. Oop, nope. That was a... I think I got him. There we go.
Those were scouts. The Mara clan are on the move.
The Odedin are driving them out?
Or they are emboldened, looking to move on other clans in the chaos. Sorry to say, Shepherd, you won't find much peace out here.
You have gained 80 copper in coin and salvage.
So for most of the combat where there's a context to salvage stuff, you'll get a copper amount or coin amount. Oh, here's a cinema.
Akram, open up!
Has it been long since you've seen your husband?
Not long, just a few years. We know you're in there. No sense hiding.
And he's an older gentleman. About your age?
Oh, he's seen his share of winters, yes. I'd know if he's dead if that's what you're getting at.
If only I was so lucky.
Akram, get down here. We have guests.
You lost the key again? Typical. Coming down.
Hello.
Pleasure, pleasure. Come, sit. I'll put something on. I can't promise you it will taste any good. I lost my sense of taste years ago, drinking something this old witch made for me. How long are you staying this time?
As long as our guests need.
Just the night. We'll be heading for the pass in the morning.
You won't be heading for the pass before spring. The snows have set in. Hope you like turnips. It's all I got. You'd think she would have brought some food with her after being away for what, 2 years?
You could always come with me, you know.
Oh, I have the library to maintain. You really want to start up this argument again?
Well, I'm not your errand girl. Akram considers himself a seer as well. He's more interested in the past. The history of the craft, he calls it.
So, they're in on the game. They know about the Fae?
If you were any kind of seer, you'd know this before we walked in the door.
What brought them around to believing you?
Netherwolves.
How many?
10 or more. Must have been a pack that was exposed to a rift.
They're up to something, the Fae. Stories have been around town in the past few weeks. Do you think they're surfacing in aid of the Horde?
Picking sides? You know that's not their way. I'm still working out their plan.
Well, after you're watered up, you should head into the village. Ask around.
We just need to get back to the capital as soon as possible.
Is there any way to get through the pass now?
We can get you through once the weather breaks. But you may not have a home to go back to if we don't heed the warnings that are presenting themselves. You need to help us first. I'm going to visit the farmsteads to inquire about the movement of the Horde. You two should ask around town about any unusual happenings in the area. Folk up here always have stories. I'll travel with you if you come across anything particularly hair-raising.
What about your husband?
Akram will be at the library in the monastery. If you're looking for a place to nap, you should stop by for a visit.
What do you think?
I think it's a distraction we can't afford. Perhaps we can find a guide to take us through the pass.
You don't believe the realm is in danger?
There is danger everywhere. I plan to stay out of it.
What is the town like?
Looks like there is a proper smith here. The monastery is on the other side of the square,
I can hear the bells.
and it looks like there is some sort of celebration going on next to it.
Sounds like that's where most of the village is.
Alright, so I'm free to wander around this village, listen for things. This is actually, there's a... The following hub area is the most complex one in the game. I basically set it up so that there was... this hub is a lot of quests. Getting a lot of quests. There's not a lot to explore in the hub, or not as much as some other hubs. The village before this and the town ahead of this are very dense with secrets and things to find. So this one is slightly more linear narrative in that there's a certain... I think there's... Of the 7 quests or 6 quests here, I think you have to do, I think 5 of them to move on. There's a couple superfluous ones here, and it's pretty obvious when you're taking something for just money and not sort of in line with the quest at hand, which is to uncover secrets. I'm gonna quickly. I'm gonna lose focus here for a sec. I just want to move this out of the way so I can still monitor my audio at the same time. Alright, that's better. Yeah, let's keep that up and let's just make sure
Game
the audio is
options
good.
menu. Push down on the left stick. Game quit resume.
Okay, that's not bad. Actually, I'm going to pop that up a bit. That's so annoying that I lose focus. when I
Game
do that.
options menu.
One day I might learn a
Game
way to do
difficult.
that
Game
better.
sound setting. Quit resume game.
Alright. So there's some sort of festival going on here. You can hear that. You can sort of hear it panning when I move side to side. And there's some bells over here. Now I'm told this is the monastery. What else can I hear? And I can hear some blacksmith over here. So this is where I'm going to go. I just started with 0 copper. I just gave myself some hotkeys, sort of a mid-game sort of loadout of weapons just to start. I'm going to go buy something from there once I make a little cash. And I think there's at least 1 or 2 cash quests or quests for gold here, but a lot of them are in line with trying to uncover secrets of the strange happenings. So I'm going to go talk to Akram first. I'm going to go to the monastery
Here's
here.
the monastery. Should we look for Akram?
Press right trigger to enter. Left trigger.
Ah, little surprised to see you so soon. Figured you'd be off at the witch all winter.
Certainly is quiet.
The monks are all out for one last gathering before winter sets in.
Well, we're here. What can we do?
I've already found an interesting lead. Here's a record of an ancient temple on the mountainside above town. It's in ruin now, according to the monks, but by all accounts, it did once hold some manner of mystery.
Like what?
Comings and goings of odd travelers, accounts of strange noises, a secret chamber, the usual fun stuff.
You want to investigate?
Not really, but it's what the witch wants of us.
Press right trigger to take up this quest.
Sounds intriguing. I say we have a look.
Alright, let's do this.
Shouldn't be much farther, according to the maps.
Why would they build a temple out here?
They were made in a time when ancient people maintained contact with the Fae. They were constructed around the natural places where the veil that separates our world and the Fae is thinnest. These sites seem to dot the great valley that spans our realm.
What would people do with the Fae?
Well, there's little record. Some scholars believe our worlds affect one another, and we would manage the outcomes together. Perhaps we traded with them, exchanged knowledge. Who's to say it was any different at the intersection of cultures we have in this world?
Do you know what they're like?
No one knows anymore. We only see the rare cases when our world brushes up against theirs. The wolves, for instance. Ah, I see the temple. It's set in the cliff face.
So by the way, this is a pretty immersive game where I do have longer cinemas leading into stuff that you're
Looks bigger from
meant
the
to sort of
inside.
really get
Watch
into
your
the
step. I'm sure
narrative.
there's been little upkeep of the place.
Do you hear that ringing sound? What is it?
I don't hear anything.
A musical tone?
Yes,
Where's it coming from?
the far side of the room. Don't you hear it?
No. My wife will hear these things from time to time. Drives me crazy. Can you hear that, Akram? What's that sound? What's wrong with your ears? The one thing she doesn't hear is me complaining about her lack of sight.
Do you know what makes the sound?
Something of the Fey realm. Likely an object that has passed between worlds. Can you lead us to it?
I think so.
Alex! Are you okay?
Yes. I think. What happened?
The floor gave way. You're in a lower chamber. I don't see another way down.
Sound is louder. I think the source is down here. I'm going to find it.
Be careful. We'll look for a way to get to you.
Oh jeez, I fell through a hole. I forgot about those.
I need to move carefully.
Alright, so I can hear air rushing through a hole in front of me. Oh jeez, okay, that's warning me I'm at the edge. So I'm just gonna turn away from it. Or I could probably strafe away from it. It's probably better. It's first person shooter controls without the up and down, so. Okay, I can hear one on the right now, so I'm gonna strafe away from that one too. Oh, there's another one on the left. And now I've got to listen for the beacon, which is right here in front of me. So this is the magical sound I'm moving toward. Okay, I think I made it.
I've reached it. I've reached the source of the sound.
We found the passage down. Hold on.
My word.
What is it?
A massive stone statue of a warrior bent down on one knee. It holds a small figurine of a snake. As an offering, it would appear.
I wouldn't touch it.
It calls to Alex. Go ahead. Reach out. Take it. Alex,
Something just happened to me.
can you still hear the sound?
No.
Very curious. I believe you've absorbed any power the figure may have contained.
Power.
By all indications, this snake artifact would have contained dark magic.
By dark, do you mean evil?
Oh, heavens, no. No. Lucky for you. It merely describes the direction of the flow of energy between our worlds. Dark magic takes from our world, gives to the Fey realm. You're likely now a conduit for energy in that direction. Whereas my Maggie works exclusively in the other direction. It is from the Fey realm that she draws the fire.
Is it dangerous?
Hope not. Scholars talk of dark magic being used to drain one's enemies of life and gaining favor from the Fey.
What was that?
Look, the statue. It rises.
The Guardian. Magnificent.
The passage out is closed.
What's happening?
I believe it wants you to return the power you've taken from the figurine.
It can have it.
By the looks of its hammer, I think it means to crush it out of you.
The powers you've absorbed, I think you're the only one who can affect it.
Okay, I think I can only hurt this guy with heavy attacks, where I have to pull back on the stick and push forward. So that's his heavy attack. That'll hurt me through my shield. So I have to Oh, jeez. Okay, so block aside attacks. There, and I interrupt his overhead swings with a heavy. So if I pull back, push forward, that's a heavy attack, and that hurts him. Regular attacks, don't do anything. So if I just do that, nothing happens. He'll still swing through. Now, depending on the quality of my shield, I can sometimes, there's a percentage chance I'll safely block those attacks, the heavy ones. Just an overhead swing, it's coming down at me. And then he's so big that he can actually attack from the side. So that's a heavy attack again from the center. Comes down, I mean I blocked it okay. Alright, so let me try to work on this guy. Okay, so heavy attack forward. Hurt him. Try to. Alright, so I also get exhausted when I do too many heavy attacks in a row. Oh yeah, heavy attack. So I have to be a bit patient here. So I should only heavy attack during those wind-ups of his. And then I gotta be ready to block his side attacks. Oh, jeez. Probably should have my shield up there. So I'm almost dead. Which I can feel through my controller. My heartbeat's going crazy right now. Okay, I nearly made that.
What, pray tell, was that?
A guardian. Ancient people built stone warriors that could be animated by the Fae, similar to the way wolves can be possessed. They were supposedly posted at important sites to ward off unworthy visitors.
We're unworthy then?
On the contrary, I believe you've just passed a very old rite of passage.
The way out is open again.
We are free to leave this place now.
You now have the ability to build favor with successful strikes. Favor is energy that can be used in magic attacks.
So I'm going to try to get a magic attack now, because I have the ability to build up mana, and now I
I'll
need
be
an
resting at the
attack to use.
monastery. Come find me when you're ready to subject me to more horrors.
The village is just waking up. Where do you want to go?
Now, normally you wouldn't have some insider information here. You'd be basically left to just, you know, try to find a quest either with Akram again, or to go into the party here and ask some villagers about strange happenings. But I happen to know that the quests in the village here, or the festival, I know 2 of them that will yield spells. So I'm going to go get those so I can use some magic in other levels, or other quests in this area.
Looks like some monks are serving ale. They've certainly drawn a crowd.
You'd scarcely know there was an invading army around.
Join us. Our fellow brothers and sisters from Bon Arthur are here with their ale. Come, drink.
Press right trigger to enter.
The crowd is full of monks.
Let's talk to the sober ones first.
Push down on the left stick to cycle through interactions of interest. Press left trigger to leave.
So most hubs will have an area, a bar, or a little village watering hole, or in this case, this beer garden, where you'll be able to talk to people. And I decided to keep it simple. I wanted more of the exploration to be sort of secret things that would either things that allow, or movement that would allow players to have some agency over what they wanted to do. So in this case, I can go to the blacksmith, I can go and do quests with Akram, or I could go walk around this beer garden looking for quests. In other levels, there will be, in fact, a level coming up, which I probably won't stream for a while, mainly because it's got a lot of spoilers in it. It's a huge level, but it's got a lot of different stuff. It's got fighting pits, it's got quests you can take from sellers to go hunting, it's got the tavern quests, it's got also quests from individuals that are in the open square, and there's also a couple secrets around the square. So it's pretty dense. Again, this is a pretty sleek, I guess, level, and that it's not as complicated. Anyway, in this area, I can basically cycle through the quests to make them easy to sort of get through, rather than having to wander around and find people. Although, again, side quests and little secrets, there are some quests you get from exploration, but here I just wanted to let people get right into to talking to people and picking up quests.
I'll tell you about some strange business. We have a hunter staying with us at the monastery. She fled her camp in the Southwood, spouting some nonsense about creatures arriving in the night, savaging the others. We are a little concerned if there was any killing going on. She may have been part of it.
Has anyone been sent to inspect the camp?
Who would go? We have our brothers and sisters from Bon Arthur to treat, and the villagers are preparing for the snows.
You're not concerned about what happened at the camp?
We are a sanctuary, and we maintain that by staying out of trouble.
See? I'm not the only one who thinks like this.
I can tell you where the camp is if you want to have a look.
Press right trigger to take up this quest.
We'll pass for now, thank you.
So I
Push down on the
rejected
left
the
stick
quest,
to cycle through
so I can
interactions
hear
of
the other ones
interest.
here.
Ah, there's a fellow sober face. They're not in the mood either.
Why aren't the monks concerned with the Odedan here in the mountains?
What interest would Odedan have in a library? That's all the monks here have. It's riches from the mines and clan forges the Odedan are after. I'm on my way to a monastery in Old Sevlin, just an hour from here. The reliquary contains gold and silver, and they're looking for escorts south with the collection. The monks trust me, but I'm still looking for a few more swords. They pay well, in silver.
I don't know, Alex.
Perhaps the monks will have information about the Horde, and a route through the pass.
Press right trigger to take up.
So I'm turning
We
this one
have other
down.
matters to
That's
look
one
into.
that's obviously
Push
for
down on the
making
left
some
stick
cash,
to
so I can
cycle
buy
through
stuff.
interactions of interest. Press left.
I heard about the mine at Kingaullick.
What about it?
10 miners went down the other day, none come back up. The village sent in a search party and they found nothing. No bodies, no cave-in, nothing. And into a large mine. 10 men and women vanished into thin air.
Where is this mine?
Just up the mountain. I could show you the way, but I sure as hell ain't going in.
Maggie will want to hear about this.
You really want to be crawling around in a hole?
Press right trigger to take up this quest. Left trigger to pass.
Now, just for the heck of it, I will show you what it's like, so I don't have to listen to those quests again. I
Are
can...
you going to help with the escort?
Press right trigger.
Hey, you still interested in that mine at Kingaullick?
Are you going to help with...
We still want to know where the hunting camp is.
So basically, I
Press
can
right trigger
go
to
and
take up
listen
this
to all
quest.
the quests
Left trigger
that
to pass.
are still available once I've heard sort of the quest with just like a single sentence.
Are you going to help with...
Hey, you still
do
interested in
this
that
one.
mine at Kingaullick?
Mines are places to discover things. Are they not?
I'm the one who has to see the things you discover.
I forgot to mention, there's a shepherd companion that's been with me from the very beginning of this game, pretty much. And he's sort of a scaredy cat who is also injured, so I have to do
How
all
much
the
further
fighting.
does this shaft go, Shepherd?
The old man said the mine followed the vein straight into the mountain. The end of the tunnel can't be much farther.
I hear something.
Up ahead?
Yes.
I hear it too.
What is it?
A rift. A connection to the Fey world. I have not come across one in decades. We should go to it. It may have answers. If it is a rift that swallowed the miners, it may explain why there was no trace of them.
What do you mean by swallowed?
I suppose the rifts themselves do very little swallowing. It's what comes out of the rifts that we should concern ourselves with.
I'm not sure what you're hearing, but this is it. This is the end of the tunnel.
You're sure?
Feel it. It's solid.
Hello? I hear voices. In the walls.
The miners.
I hear it too, Princess. But I doubt it's the miners. There's something else here, Shepard. What do you see?
Dripstone columns.
Do they strike you as unusual in any way?
There's 3 of them together. It almost looks like someone molded them here.
Draw your weapon, Alex. I want you to strike each of the columns.
Okay. All right.
They call to you.
It's a puzzle.
Go ahead. Answer them. It's working. Answer again. Well done. And again. It's open. Well done.
Is this the Fey realm? In front of us?
No, just a chamber, formed by the rift inside. Go ahead, Alex. Lead us to the rift.
Man,
What do you see, Shepard?
Spelling mistakes.
My stupidity for following you here.
My little banner there. It's gonna bug me. I'll have to fix that when I get out of here. Alright. So it's pretty much straight ahead of me here.
Oh, hell. Something's moving.
Hello? Who's that?
The miners. They're alive.
What happened to you?
We opened a way into this vault. We had a look around, and the passage in was gone.
Well, you need to get out before it closes again. Go.
No need to ask twice.
Wait. Did you see anything while you were here? Anything strange beyond the passage closing?
That's not enough for you.
There was one thing. The air never soured. Take a deep breath. Not the hint of a breeze, yet it's as clear as mountain air.
Go. Thank you. The Fae were keeping them alive. Why?
You coming?
Shepard, you can see them out.
I'm not leaving you down here.
Suit yourself. Alex, find the rift if you can.
I'm at the rift.
We're going to close it. Reach out with your shield hand. Go ahead, reach out. What do you hear?
My name.
Anything else?
Silence. Complete silence. Ah! Something has my arm!
Shepard, pull her back.
Jeez, that
I have
scared
you,
me.
Alex.
Draw your
Sorry,
weapon,
there was
Alex.
vibration. in the controller.
Something is coming through the rift.
Shades.
I haven't played my own game for a while. Alright. These guys are tricky. You can't... I think you can only hit them... They only appear when they attack, so I have to anticipate their movement. That's right. That's right. I have to hit where they're going.
You can only hit them right after they move.
That's it.
Get off me.
So he's not there. Oh. I can only get one kid in at a time here.
Get off me!
Oh, jeez. Keep my shield up. No, dumb.
Are they gone?
That's the last of them, I think.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
There can be no doubt. Something in the Fey realm does not want you alive.
But why?
That, I don't know.
Let's go. This way.
Over here, Alex, before we leave.
What is it?
Now that part of you has entered the Fey realm, you will be able to draw from it.
I've entered the Fey realm.
Of course you have. Some small part of you, anyway. Now, no more questions. We must do this while it's fresh in your mind. Take up your shield.
Oh, good. I like
Quickly.
this. This is my favorite
What
spell.
are we doing?
Quiet, Shepherd. Recall those voices you heard.
Yes. I hear them.
Now, gently, ask them for favor.
Press left trigger to trigger spell.
Fire.
I didn't need those eyebrows.
It comes so easily to you. I'm envious.
Please, let's go.
Okay, so now I think the mana...
Fire shield burst
I'll let her
will
tell.
burn enemies surrounding you and leave them temporarily vulnerable to follow-up attacks.
Yeah, so now I have the ability to, I think I gain mana by successful hits.
I'll be close by if you plan to follow up on any more
And
leads.
then I can
I'll let
do
you
an
know.
AoE clearing sort of
Monks are
effect.
certainly loose with stories.
Where to, Alex?
Alright. So, I know the quests here. Actually, I'm gonna do another Acclaimed quest. There's the bells.
Here's the monastery. Should we look for Akram?
Press right trigger to enter.
Sorry to keep you waiting. There was no one around to tell me you were here.
It gave us a chance to rest, and we took it gladly.
I have found something most interesting. My wife likes to discredit my seeing abilities, but I tell you, the speed at which I found 2 more accounts of nearby temples, I'd give ancient archivists a run for their money. She could wander for years before she stumbled across these locations.
Push down on the left stick to cycle.
I stumbled across the account of this first site by complete chance. It was in an old land registry that was misshelled. Now,
I don't want that one.
here is a very detailed account dating back less than 50 years of a
Doing this
temple ruin located in a mountain lake.
In a lake?
The temple would have sat on an island in Lake Eiger. It's more of a pond, really. The account describes a submerged ruin at its center.
How would we see anything of interest?
I have not ventured to the lake in years, and I don't recall anything above its surface. However, the water should be clear enough that we may be able to see something from the mountain slope.
Press right trigger to take.
We'll search for evidence of the temple.
Alright. If I remember right, this will be a good quest to try out my new ability here.
Lake Eiger should be visible just over this ridge. Watch your step, Alex. Would you look at that?
What do you see?
There's a causeway leading to a small collection of stones at the center of the lake. The water level must have dropped. It's like we're being welcomed in.
Even more reason for caution.
It's difficult to say what this structure was like. You can tell the stone was quarried elsewhere. Would have been some operation to get it up here.
I see an opening. There's a passage down.
The witch won't forgive me if we don't take a look.
I'll go in. I can already hear something.
We're right here with you.
Alright, it's pretty much right in front of me.
The water is not deep. You should be fine to continue, Alex. Oh, that startled me.
What is it?
A corpse. It's been here a while. Nothing but bone and scraps of leather.
There are more over here, in armor.
Could this be a crypt?
No. I believe they died here, in combat.
How?
There's your answer. A guardian. In pieces now.
The warriors prevailed.
Not if Alex can still hear the artifact they were after.
The sound is coming from right here, just below the water.
Go ahead, Alex. I don't believe the Guardian will bother us now.
Feels like a necklace.
Alex?
It happened again.
What do you feel?
I can feel it in my left hand. What's that sound?
The water is stirring.
Oh, the dead.
It would appear the Fae can bring life to more than just statues.
So an AoE attack is pretty useful in this. You guys actually do a lot of damage too. Okay, so I have full mana. I'm gonna wait for them to all surround me here.
Fire.
So the nice thing about that attack, it also stuns them. So I can get a couple free shots in as well. There's only a couple left.
Never again, Alex. That was truly horrifying.
You have proven yourself worthy once again.
Who is she proving herself to? Huh?
That's the real question, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some really nice undead
You now
stuff.
have the ability to build favor
Later on,
with
lots
successful
of
blocks.
Zombie-like hordes and things.
Favor is energy that can be used in magic attacks.
So now blocking, I can kind of sit back and gain favor a little bit, but with a lot of enemies, sitting back has its own
I'll be
problems,
resting
so-
at the monastery.
But it's a good strategy.
Come find me when you're ready to subject me to more horrors.
The village is just waking up. Where do you want to go?
Where do I want to go? Ooh, I know. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna make some money and buy something. So I'm gonna take that mercenary quest in
The monk
party
gathering.
here.
Should we walk through again?
Press right trigger to enter. Left trigger to leave. Push down on the left stick to cycle through into...
You still want to know where the hunt...
Are you going to help with the escort?
Press right trigger.
We can join you.
Excellent. Come, the others are waiting.
So it's just 6 of us. Will that be enough?
The Clansmen are brutal fighters, but they're cautious. They only take on fights they think they can win without losses. It'd be tough for a raiding party to take on 6 armed fighters without casualties.
How much further to the monastery?
Old Sevlin is set on the plateau, just ahead. I see the sisters waiting for us. The boys will load up the cart.
Hayden, it's good to see you.
Likewise, sister. This is Sister Adamari. She'll be coming with us.
Hello.
Have you seen much of the horde from here?
We have, and they passed us by. Perhaps they didn't know what our monastery holds. What it held, anyway. Word has it they're preoccupied with plundering mining towns. But we can't take the chance they won't be back.
I'm more worried that clan raiders might be watching us. We need to get the cart moving. Hurry it up, boys.
Do you think the clans can resist the Odedan?
They have defensible villages. They joined forces. They could probably hold off the entire army.
But they won't work together. I've been told the Odedan will have control of the entire region before winter's end. They've already plundered smaller clans and built quite a war chest. I think they're going to use it to buy off the larger clans.
I heard the Mara may even join the horde.
Heaven help us then.
Hold up.
Raiders. 10 at least on the path ahead.
It's the Mara.
Hold your ground. The path is too narrow for them to flank us.
Here they come, Alex.
Oh boy, I'll try that. It's nice to try to be patient with these guys.
You've made a mistake, lass.
Fire.
Where'd he go? So I guard broke him there. That was nice. Oh, axe. Oh, I missed again. That's actually pretty unusual. Oh, darn it.
You're proving yourself, lass. Now yield.
Almost dead. What was I doing? I'm dead. Alright, I got this.
Raiders. 10 of them on the road ahead.
What are you talking about? I don't see anything.
Hold up.
It's the Mara.
Hold your ground. The path is too narrow for them to flank us.
Here they come, Alex.
So on replay, jeez. On death, Alex has visions of demise. That's how we kind of handle death contextually. It also sort of reinforces her magic abilities as well as a seer. Play a little more carefully this time. Still want to get heavy attacks. Yeah, heavy attacks do a lot more damage. And actually, I think I have. Actually,
Game
I don't even know what my
options
weapon
menu. Game difficulty settings.
oh, that's not the one I want.
Character. Abandoned equipment. Use left warhammer.
So I have a warhammer.
Press right trigger to review item stats.
Which is really good for heavy attacks. Actually, let me look at the stats. Why not? Let's take a look.
Use left stick to cycle item stats.
So one of the tricks
left trigger to return to equipment.
with streaming this game is, of course, there's just audio going constantly for everything. So it's tough to talk and have people understand what's happening at the same time. So as I go down the list, it's going to play the stats, but I'm just gonna talk a bit about them here. So I've got this hammer, which is it's a tier 3 hammer. So there's about 6. I think there's 6 tiers in the game. So it's mid-game quality hammer. It's got a critical hit chance bonus of 20. So just in regular swinging, and most of the game revolves around the critical hit, mainly because we don't have damage. I didn't want to take people out of the experience by having damage numbers be spoken or something while you're getting hit. So the main thing is you can hear the difference between a regular hit, which is like a thud and a sort of a grunt, and a critical hit, which is a piercing sound or a crushing sound, and then some guy screaming, either your character or the enemy. So the percent chance of being crit is really the driver for the quality of items. So that when you're fighting and you're hearing someone screaming over and over again when you're hitting them, you really get a sense that you're damaging the player, and that the weapon upgrade made a difference. So that's a pretty low crit chance for it's the bonus to the armor. So if someone's wearing plate armor, which has pretty much 100% crit deflection, there's only a 20% chance that you're going to crit. So it's pretty low. And the heavy attack crit chance is 60%. So when I do heavy attacks, I've got a really good chance of doing damage, and my regular chance crit damage is doubles the damage. Oh, the other thing that makes critical hitting pretty important is that it's actually pretty effective. It's, in general, most weapons do 3 times the damage when it's a crit. So it's a value of 3 swings, which is pretty big. And in the case of these heavier weapons, when you do a heavy attack, so when I charge up my attack and swing, I do 4 times the amount of damage on a heavy attack. Plus, I have an 80% chance to break the enemy's guard. And then some enemies might have like shields and things like that, which will reduce the chance of that happening. So the heavy attacks for having this weapon are pretty useful. Against enemies like this surrounding me, it's a little bit trickier because I have to play a little bit defensively. So it's probably a slightly better strategy to kind of sit back, block and counter, which is a better strategy usually for quicker weapons, swords, that sort of thing. So you block and then a bunch of quick attacks with a sword. Its attack speed's pretty slow. I get tired easily when I'm swinging it, doing my heavy attacks. And that's the coin value of it. There is a resale value for items, mainly so that you can't get into some sort of lock where you sell your weapons, or where you buy a weapon and keep on buying different weapons and run out of gold. You get gold back. So you basically accumulate weapons and gold, which you can always resell and kind of reconfigure it, but the weapons become progressively more expensive. So that's what's driving you to continually buy gold. I don't know why I'm explaining this. Most RPGs work that way. Anyway, that's a little breakdown. So the weapon plays better for me using heavy attack, but this situation might require some caution. So I'm going to usually wait till there's like only 1 or 2 enemies. If 3 surround me, it becomes really dangerous to do heavy attacks because the charge up time allows them to potentially hit me in that time. But I can always abandon the charge up and block. So yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see if I can get out of this thing.
Use left stick to cycle equipment.
I've got a decent
Left
shield. Yeah, I've got a really good
trigger to
shield.
return to
That's
character
why
menu.
I don't have to worry as much about the enemy heavy attacks with this good shield. So these enemies are ones that do have heavy attacks that will go through my block. And so I really should try to interrupt those rather than block and counter that attack. But again, my shield's decent, so I probably won't get too hurt. Plus, it's only chip damage, so I don't think I can ever take critical attacks with these enemies through my shield. It's only going to be base attacks, but that will wear me down if I just want to kind of turtle. I'll eventually get destroyed. And then actually, there's no bow. The level before and after had a big hunting section, had a lot of stealth stuff where you're getting your bow out. Actually, there is a section where there's some enemies where I can show how the bow and stealth works. So, and that's a decent bow as well. All right, so back to the game.
Character men. Coin. Resume. Get coin and sell. You have 80 copper. Character.
Quick, this one.
Okay, so this is a good opportunity for me to use my fire and then maybe hit them while they're down here with the attack.
Fire.
Oh, shoot. She didn't get stunned very long. Ooh, so that's guard broke me there. Oh shoot, axe. Oh, I like her.
You a wee thing.
Okay, what are you? So I'm gonna take out this guy. I'm gonna hold and wait for him to attack. Oh shoot, he did a fast attack. Nope, another axe coming my way. Okay, so this guy. Dead. They make a lot more noise when they're injured, you can hear. So that's how I should handle these guys. I should interrupt that heavy swing. There we go.
That's all of them. Sister. Here, let me help you. Let's get her onto the cart. How did you know the Mara were waiting in ambush?
She's a seer. Never actually met one in the flesh.
A seer?
A conduit to the Fae. Not many believe in such things, but my grandmother knew one. Saw what they could do. Knew the purpose they served.
What purpose was that?
Protectors of the realm, of course. I can die, now that I've met a seer.
None of that talk now, sister. Let's get a move on, lads.
Come on, get...
We need to get to safer ground. The camp should be safe for the night. We're well clear of the clans now. You're welcome to leave with your reward anytime you like.
We should return to Crow now.
How is the sister?
I believe she'll live. Mountain folk are hearty stock, even the monks.
Where will you be headed after this?
South. Travel in any other direction is too dangerous now. You can join us if you like.
Our business takes us east.
I hope the monk's silver eases the trip some. You certainly deserve it. Take care, protector of the realm.
You have gained 150 copper in coin and salvage.
Where now?
Actually, I just realized another thing that's making this a little easier. I'm playing on hard. It's a little easier for me because I actually have better items than I probably should, which is actually going to be problematic for me showing off the purchasing here. Because I think I actually have some of the items that normally get sold here. So for those of you...
What you looking for, lass?
Oh, jeez.
Arms and armor.
You have nasty business with the clans, do you?
Just a precaution. We're heading east.
Well, you won't find a better smith this side of the pass. And good local steel from the mines.
Push down on the left stick to cycle through items of interest.
Yeah.
Press left trigger to leave.
So, yeah, there is the armor here. That is actually the armor I have. So, for those of you who haven't been watching this straight through, I actually started this. I started the game. I jumped using some. I'm in a dev build here, and I jumped in and hotkeyed myself some items, and I realized I jumped too far ahead. I gave myself items that were a little too good, which made this whole section a little easy, and secondly, I actually already have the armor that is available here, so you don't see it because it's already on me. So I would have normally had to have bought that, and then what else? Oh, short sword. That's actually really good. So I can switch to a totally different sort of attack sort of strategy where I do a lot more, and I prefer this myself. I do a lot more blocking and countering, and I can get a lot more shots in. So I'm going to switch to the quality short sword.
This short sword would suit you well.
Use the left stick to cycle item stats.
So
press item
it's a
quality.
better quality
Tier 4 sword.
item than
your current item
the
is
hammer I
Tier
have.
3 hammer. Press right trigger to buy item. Critical chance bonus 35%.
Right, so it
Your
all, you can see a
current
comparison
item
of the
is
items too. So
20%.
my base critical chance
Press
is
right.
better.
Heavy critical
This
damage
is also important. My
multiplier.
regular
3.
crit
Your
multiplier
current
is
item
better.
Heavy attack.
Heavy attack's not
Critical
going to be
damage
that great.
multiplier. 3. Your
And I
heavy
have
attack.
almost no guard break
break
chance here.
25%. Your current item is 80%.
And the other big one
Press
is
right trigger
attack
to
speed
buy
here.
item. Press left trigger to consider other options. This item will cost 70 copper.
I should.
There you go, lass.
Push down.
Should have enough of the shield too. I like this metal shield.
Use the left stick to cycle item stats. Press right trigger to buy item. Left trigger to consider other items.
Oh, this weapon is a little bit better than the one I have. So, yeah, I'm going to buy this.
This item will cost 40 copper after salvage of old item. Your current coin amount is 160 copper.
I'm rich.
There you go, lass.
Push down on the left stick to cycle through items of interest.
I'll be going now. Thank you.
Anytime, lass.
Alright, so what should I use my new armor on? There's another quest with Akram, and there's another one with, I'm going to do the last quest with, now by the way, I know this, you don't, but one of the quests is actually like an ambush, a Fey ambush quest with Akram, so I believe that I'll be able to get to the pass after completing this last quest, because this other last quest is actually a lead that doesn't help. So I may not do that one. I can still do it, but I know it doesn't get me much.
The monk gathering. Should we walk through again?
Press right trigger to enter. Push down on the left stick.
You still want to know where the hunting camp is?
Press right trigger to...
We should find Maggie. She'll want to know about the camp.
Alright, let's go find her.
So this will also give me my other major spell, and then afterwards I'll be able to collect items and close rifts and stuff, and I can invest in those two abilities.
Something from the nether. You say the monks thought the hunter was mad? Funny how ignorant learned people can be.
Could they have chosen a darker site to make camp?
I believe the darker side chose them. Whatever you're seeing is not natural.
I hear something on the other side of the camp.
Another rift. You lead the way, Alex.
All right. Okay. That sound good. Oh yeah.
What's that terrible sound?
Bow as well.
Nether wolves. Feeding.
Feeding on what?
Hunters.
Wonderful.
We have options. The wolves will take their time consuming flesh, bone and all, and once they've had a meal, they're not likely to let go. If we're careful, we may be able to move past them. Or we could try to take them with the bow, or directly with sword.
Alright, so this is an example of gameplay. There's a bunch of sections of the game like this where you're either moving through enemy camps or through sort of dungeon-like scenarios where there's monsters you can hear. And now I have the option of using my bow or my sword, or I can actually sneak through this if I'm really careful. I have chainmail armor right now, which is a little loud, so I'll probably someone's gonna be able to hear me if I get too close. So if I just ever so slightly push up on the stick, I can sneak around. If I start stomping around, they'll probably hear me. And then if I get too close, they'll hear me. So I'm gonna try to take a few out with my bow. They're eating corpses, so taking out one I don't believe will attract others. Oh no, it might. We'll see. I won't attract. I don't think I can trigger all of them. So I'm gonna try to take one out with my bow here. Oh, I think that's right in front of me. I'm gonna back up a bit. give him a... I can get more shots in as he's running at me. It's a little trick I learned. Nope. I have to get closer. Oh, I think he's a little bit that way. Let's try this again. Nope. Okay, so I'm too far away. It's hard for you to tell. Oh, okay, he knows I'm there. Is it this one? Yep, now I'm gonna back up.
One's coming for us.
Yep. Let's see if we can pick him up before he gets me. Oh, I got him. Okay. Oh, shoot. I woke up another one. Oh, so when something gets in melee range, it automatically switches to my sword and shield. So you can hear the sound of my new shield. It's metallic now. Kind of scratch against it. Well, I'm going to take him out with heavy attacks, I think. Oh no, I've got the short sword now. So I should be doing this. A lot more attacks in there. Alright, back to the bow. I'm just going to clear all these guys out. Ignore the magic-y thing. There's some guy way over here. Oh yeah, I'm going to take out this guy. Pretty far away. Maybe there? I gotta get closer. Oh, jeez. I woke up one on the right. Okay, that's where he is. Backing up.
It sees us.
Yep. Oh, got him. Yeah, this is a really good bow. Oh, and I won out. Another one heard me. I already built up enough mana to use my... No. Kill. Oh no, there's one more. Oh, jeez. He's way closer than I thought. Okay, right about there. I'm gonna back off again. See if I can take him out. Yeah, this is a really good bow I have. So it's probably... I think I had to do a special quest for this one, actually.
Weapon ready, Alex.
So it's... yeah, so I'm destroying these guys with this bow. I think that's it. I think I cleared them out. Maybe? Oh, there's one more. I want to take him out. I'm ignoring you, creepy little kid. I'm hunting. I'm not good at... I'm gonna get a little closer. I think I got this guy. Yeah, backing up.
One's coming for us.
That's it.
I'm at the rift. It's calling to me.
To me as well, child. I say we take the smallest of glimpses. Hold my hand. Now reach out.
We are Odedan. What need do we have for these mountain tribes?
The Fae say they are essential to our success. The pass cannot be crossed without their aid.
Why cross the pass at all? What will that give us?
Glades. And the realm.
What was that?
A connection to another time and place. Not too far away and only moments ago.
Who were they?
I believe it was the Odedden General and his council. They are consorting with the Fae, emboldened by prophecy or promise somehow.
The Horde intends to take Glades.
Perhaps.
The Odedden are here for plunder. They will always return home in the end.
I fear this general has much higher ambitions than his predecessors. The real question is why the Fae would want him to push so far east. They clearly want conflict. But why?
We should go now.
In a moment. I've business with the princess. Come with me, Alex.
Where are you going?
It will take but a minute. Keep watch for wolves, Shepherd. Over here, Alex. Again, we have to do this quickly, while the effects of the rift linger. I want you to draw your weapon.
Okay.
Recall those voices you heard.
Yes. I hear them.
Call to the voices again.
Press the right trigger to trigger spell.
Flame.
Yes! Marvelous! You feel it's warm?
I do.
I think more wolves are coming. We should... Alex!
Over time, with more encounters with the Fae, your powers will grow, Alex.
This is not natural.
It's necessary, considering what we'll have to face.
Flaming weapon spell will increase the likelihood of a critical hit.
The princess is close, my general. The Fae have shown me this.
What do we care?
The Fae show us only things of consequence.
If they fear the girl, then they are weak.
The Fae can see more than we can. We should not dismiss their wisdom.
Then we'll send scouts to find them. I would not waste any more time looking for a child. We need to prepare for war.
Alex, wake up. You're okay.
You Odedden. They know we're here.
A bad dream, Alex.
No, I saw it clearly in my mind. They're going to come for us. They can see us. We need to tell Maggie. We need to prepare.
Alex, what if your connection with the Fae realm is only drawing trouble to us? Where would you ever be safe?
That's why I have the fire magic.
That scares me almost as much.
Well, I like it. It makes me feel strong.
You had strength without the fire.
The magic is something that didn't come from my brother or my uncle. It's mine.
I'm going to ask that Maggie take us through the pass when we get back to the village. Or we'll go on our own. Are you with me in that?
Yes. We need to get home.